Hey there, I'm Lauren Davis, 29, and I've learned that sometimes the people who hurt you most can push you to find your truest strength. Growing up in a family where my sister was the golden child taught me to live in the shadows, always second best. But nothing hit harder than what my parents did on my wedding day. A single note that was meant to break me. They thought they could ruin my moment, but they had no idea who I was marrying or the love that would carry me through. I turned their betrayal into the most unforgettable day of my life, and I want to share that journey with you. If you've ever felt pushed aside or had to fight for your worth, this story's for you. Drop a comment with where you're reading from, and let's connect over finding our own light. I grew up in a tidy ranch-style house in a middle-class suburb of Atlanta, the kind of place with neat lawns and annual block parties. But inside our home, love was a competition I never won. My parents, Greg and Diane Davis, owned a small catering business, successful enough to keep us comfortable, but always a source of stress. My older sister, Ashley, was their pride, blonde, bubbly, and the apple of Dad's eye. Her dance recitals were sacred. Her B's in school earned standing ovations. Me, with my dark hair and quiet nature, I was the dependable one. My straight A's and art awards barely noticed. In 6th grade, I painted a mural that won a city contest, but Mom barely glanced at it, too busy praising Ashley's cheerleading routine. "That's sweet, Lauren," Dad said, already turning to Ashley's latest trophy. By high school, I stopped expecting their applause, finding solace in my sketchbooks and solo celebrations. I earned a scholarship to the University of Georgia, but my parents skipped my graduation for Ashley's regional dance competition. "She needs our support," Mom said as if I didn't. Money was always tight for me, secondhand clothes, no car, scraping by on babysitting gigs for art supplies. But for Ashley, new leotards, private dance coaches, a car at 16. "Your sister's our investment," Dad would say, as if I was a safe bet they didn't need to back. College was my freedom. At UGA, I studied graphic design, worked nights at a bookstore and weekends as a barista, and graduated with honors. My parents sent a text, but Ashley's dance team performance kept them away. After college, I landed a $62,000 a year job at a creative agency in Charlotte. "You're moving there?" Mom gasped, like I'd abandoned them. Dad called my job artsy fluff, urging me to come home and help the family business. Meanwhile, Ashley flitted through dance academies, dropping out when it got tough, her lifestyle funded by our parents. Over 3 years, I built a career, earning promotions, while Ashley burned through their money on failed ventures, a dance vlog, a choreography studio, a fitness app. Each flop was her finding her path, while my successes were nice little wins. I kept reaching out, birthday cards, holiday calls, but their replies were brief, always about Ashley's latest scheme. During a tense Thanksgiving visit, I learned they'd refinanced the house for Ashley's new dance school idea, already failing. "She's trying," Mom said when I questioned it. "You've always been fine, Lauren." Fine? I'd clawed my way up alone. I left early, the distance between us growing. By 28, I was a lead designer, living in a cozy Charlotte loft with friends who felt like family. But the sting of being invisible lingered, a quiet ache I couldn't shake. Then I met Ethan Brooks, and my world shifted. It was at a fundraiser for a local arts program where I was designing the event's branding. Rushing to adjust a banner, I tripped, nearly knocking over a table. Ethan caught it, grinning. "Careful, you almost took out the whole auction." His warm brown eyes and easy laugh melted my embarrassment. He said he worked in urban planning, asked about my designs, and listened like he meant it. When he suggested dinner at a quirky burger joint, I said yes. Ethan was grounded, driving a beat-up Jeep, living in a simple apartment, planning dates like stargazing or volunteering at a youth art camp. 6 months in, I was in love. Then, at a city planning gala, I noticed people treating him like a VIP, council members, developers, even the mayor. "Ethan, what's going on?" I asked. He sighed. "I'm Ethan Brooks of Brooks Development." My heart sank. Brooks Development built half of Charlotte. Malls, condos, office towers worth billions. "Why not tell me?" I asked, hurt. "I wanted you to see me, not my family's name," he said. "People act different when they know." I took a week to think. My family struggled, his shaped skylines. But Ethan was still the guy who painted with kids, who knew I loved black coffee, who celebrated my late-night work wins. "No secrets," I told him, and we moved forward. A year later, Ethan proposed under the stars at the art camp, his voice soft. "Lauren, you're my muse, my strength. Will you marry me?" Tears fell as I nodded, the emerald ring glinting. We planned a 100-guest wedding at a restored barn in the North Carolina countryside, a Brooks family gift to the community. Ethan's parents, Michael and Karen Brooks, welcomed me like a daughter. "You bring Ethan to life," Karen said at their warm lake house. They loved our vision for a simple, heartfelt wedding. I hoped my parents would too, but I braced for less. I called them nervous. "I'm engaged to Ethan," I said. Silence. "Who's he?" Dad asked, flat. "He's in urban planning. We met at a fundraiser." Mom's voice was cold. "Can he provide? That field's unstable." I swallowed hard. "He's successful. Can you visit Charlotte to meet him?" They agreed, but there was no excitement, no questions about my joy. Their visit was awkward. Dad quizzing Ethan's job, Mom asking if we'd move to Atlanta, Ashley smirking, "Big city guy, huh? Bet he's rich." Ethan stayed kind, talking about community projects, but Mom called it fancy talk. I snapped, "He supports me, unlike you." The visit ended coldly, Mom muttering, "Don't forget your roots, Lauren." We invited them to Charlotte for wedding planning, hosting at the Brooks' elegant home. When they learned Ethan was that Brooks, their demeanor flipped. Mom gushed about venues. Dad pitched Ashley's dance school to Michael. They demanded 25 extra guests, business contacts, distant aunts. "This is our wedding," I said, "not a business deal." Mom snapped, "You're ungrateful, Lauren. We sacrificed for you." I held firm, and she hinted they might skip the wedding. Ethan hugged me. "They'll show. It's your day." Days before the wedding, they arrived supposedly to help, but spent time shopping and asking Ethan for introductions. At the rehearsal dinner, Mom announced she'd invited her extra guests. "They're thrilled to meet the Brooks," she said. I was furious. "They're not invited. We set the list." Dad scoffed. "Don't be difficult." Ashley laughed. "You're all fancy now, huh?" Years of being overlooked surged. "Fancy? I built my life while you bankrolled Ashley's failures. This is my wedding, and I'm done being your afterthought." Mom's eyes narrowed. "If you're so independent, maybe we don't need to be here." I stood tall. "Your choice. This day's mine." They left, and I cried in Ethan's arms, torn between hurt and resolve. Wedding morning, I woke in a hotel suite, my bridesmaids buzzing, but dread lingered. My parents hadn't called. My maid of honor, Sarah, tried their hotel. No answer. Ashley's room, same. "Maybe they're early," I said, heart sinking. At 10:30, Sarah called the desk. "They checked out at 5 a.m., left a note," the clerk said. Sarah retrieved it, her face pale. The note, in Mom's sharp handwriting, read, "Good luck facing your guests without us." A scribble added they'd taken Ashley's business fund for a Rome trip, saying I'd chosen strangers over family. The words burned, their intent clear, to humiliate me. I collapsed, sobbing. "How could they?" Sarah hugged me. "They're not your family, Lauren. We are." I called Ethan, tears falling. "I'm coming," he said, ignoring tradition. He arrived, shirt untucked, and held me. "They don't get to ruin this." His parents, Michael and Karen, rushed over. Karen took my hands. "I'd be honored to help you get ready." Michael added, "I'd love to walk you down the aisle if you're okay with it." Their warmth eased the pain. As Karen pinned my veil, sharing stories of her own wedding, a knock came. My Aunt Ellen, Dad's estranged sister, stood there with a gift bag. "Ethan found me," she said. I couldn't miss this after what they did. She'd been cut off over a family feud but came to support me. "You're stronger than them," she said, hugging me. At the barn, fairy lights twinkled, wildflowers blooming. Guests whispered about my parents, but I focused on Ethan's smile at the altar. Michael walked me down, his arms steady. The officiant asked, "Who gives this woman?" Michael said, "Her aunt, my wife, and I do." Ellen and Karen teared up. Ethan's vows undid me. "Lauren, I promise to cherish your strength, to build a family where you're always seen." Mine echoed, "Ethan, I promise a home where love is free, where we lift each other up." The cheers as we kissed washed away the hurt. The reception was a dream. Lanterns, a bluegrass band, laughter. Karen removed the empty family table, sparing me pain. For the parent-child dance, Michael suggested a group dance for all families, and soon everyone joined, celebrating love's many forms. Ethan's speech silenced the room. "Family is who shows up. Lauren, your resilience turns pain into beauty. To my wife, who's my home." Guests clapped, Ellen and the Brooks beaming. Photographers for a local paper snapped shots, the Brooks name drawing attention, but I felt only love. On our Costa Rica honeymoon, we disconnected. Beaches, jungles, just us. The note's sting faded. Ethan's love my anchor. "They chose spite," he said one starry night. "You chose us." Back home, we learned our wedding hit the news, a segment on chosen families highlighting Michael's role. My parents in Rome saw it and bombarded my phone. 81 calls, 35 voicemails. Mom's first message, "Lauren, we saw it on TV. You didn't say Ethan was that Brooks." Others demanded explanations, fake apologies, no remorse. They showed up at our new loft, a Brooks family gift. Mom, in new clothes, tried to hug me. I stepped back. "You left me to hurt me." Dad mumbled. We got upset. I read their note aloud. This was no accident. Ashley eyed our space. "Nice setup. Marrying up looks good on you." Ethan cut in. "You tried to break her. This isn't about connections." Mom's tears were hollow. "We're sorry, Lauren. Can't we move forward?" Dad added, "Ashley's dance school needs investors. Maybe Ethan's dad?" I shook my head. "You ditched my wedding for Rome and now you want favors?" "No." I set rules. Genuine apologies. No manipulation or no contact. They left, promising to think about it, their faces stunned. Over the next year, I launched a design studio for nonprofits with Ethan and Michael's support. My first client, an arts program for kids, saw 60% more funding from my campaign. My parents called sometimes, pretending nothing happened, but I held firm. Aunt Ellen became my confidant, sharing her own escape from family drama. "You can't fix them," she said, "but you can protect your peace." When Ethan and I learned we were expecting, joy mixed with caution. Michael and Karen offered thoughtful support. My parents assumed they'd be involved grandparents. "Our child gets love without strings," I told them. They pushed back, but I stood my ground. That note was meant to shatter me, but it freed me to build a family with Ethan, Ellen, the Brooks, and friends who see me. It taught me love isn't earned. It's given freely by those who choose you. If you've faced family hurt or found your tribe, share below. Hit like, subscribe, and let's celebrate the families we choose.